Whoa, 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 whoa. You're trying to tell me it's possible to make $20,000 per day using Facebook ads? What is up, ninjas? Today, I'm gonna teach you how I make $20,000 a day passively using Facebook ads with one custom audience trick. And I'm gonna show you how to apply it immediately to any business. So stay tuned, ninjas. This is gonna be a good one. All right, welcome back, my beautiful ninja family. So today we are going to go through some of my favorite ways to make custom audiences, because people who understand how to build the best custom audiences are the ones who win. So obligatory proof here, 7,600 we spent today, and we made about 27,000. A little bit less than $20,000 profit from that. So let's actually jump right into our funnel here and get rid of this. And so what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to show you exactly how to make some custom audiences, and I'm going to use ClickFunnels for an example, but you can do these things that I'm going to show you with Shopify, with a WordPress site. It doesn't matter, right? The underlying kind of principles are the same, and you're going to be able to apply it to your business today, and we're going to show you kind of the ones that work the best for me. And so how we do this, guys, is inside of Business Manager, we're going to go to audiences, right? So all tools here, and then audience. And that's how you get to this screen that I just was at, but I'll show you guys because I never want to skip steps for you beautiful ninjas. Okay, and so what we're going to do then is we're going to go to create audience. So create audience gives you a couple of options: custom audience, lookalike audiences, or saved audiences. So when you're just building out like your normal kind of interests and things like that, but you're not using an audience you made, that's what a saved audience is. We're going to talk about custom audiences, and we're going to briefly touch on lookalike audiences, because lookalike audiences are one of the most important revelations in advertising in recent history. What Facebook did with that, and then Google kind of did as well with affinity audiences. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to click custom, create custom audience. So you get a couple of options here: customer file, website traffic, app activity, offline activity, and engagement, right? So what we're going to focus on is website traffic and engagement. So if you have a large email list and you have like a bunch of people who've bought from you, like let's say that you have 1,000 people who've purchased from you and you have those emails, you can do what's called a customer file custom audience. So what this is you upload 1,000 emails, and then Facebook matches those emails to people it has data on, and then it allows you to actually retarget those exact people. So if 1,000 people out there bought my product and I made a customer file custom audience, then I'd be able to advertise directly to the exact people who bought from me, right, if their email matches their Facebook ID. And so that's really powerful, because if somebody's bought from you once and you release like a similar product or whatever, then you can actually advertise to the exact people who've purchased from you before, as long as their email that they gave you matches with Facebook's email. So it's super powerful, but we're not going to talk about that a lot today, because most people out there and most people watching this video probably don't have large email lists. I remember I didn't have one when I first started. And so what we are going to talk about is website traffic, right? App activity, we're not going to really talk about. Offline activity, we're not going to really talk about. For some of the more advanced stuff, the Facebook Ads Ninja Masterclass has everything you possibly could need for all of this. But we're going to mainly focus on website traffic and engagement, even though offline activity is very, very powerful as well. It's just a little bit more advanced. So let's talk about website traffic first. So what we see here is we can do a couple of things. We can target people based on if they visited our website. Obviously, you have to install your pixel onto your website before you can target people who visited your website, or you can target specific web pages, or you can target visitors by time spent. And so we're going to talk about all three, because these are very, very important. So all website visitors, right? If you look right here, it allows you to do this in the last 180 days. So if you want to make the largest custom audience you possibly can, then you just do all website visitors in the past 180 days. And this means that every single person that's visited your website, whether it's ClickFunnels, Shopify, WordPress, it doesn't matter, right? As long as you have your pixel installed correctly. And there's a ton of tutorials out there on how to install your pixel. It's very, very easy. So this is how you actually do that. You can create a custom audience, and now every person who's visited your website in the last 180 days will be in this custom audience, and you can advertise to those exact people. That's like, for example, if you go and you're browsing a website like for canoes, and I always use this example, but if you're browsing a canoe website and then all of a sudden you go back to Facebook and you see advertisements for canoes, that's how people are doing this, right? In a basic sense. So all website visitors is a very easy way to just create the largest custom audience you can. But that's a good custom audience. It's a good place to start, especially if you don't have a lot of traffic. But if you have a little bit more traffic, right, and you have people who are going to your checkout page, they're going to your order page, right? One of my favorite and highest performing custom audiences of all time, guys, is using this particular method right here. And so we're going to use ClickFunnels as an example. So as you can see here, this is my sales page, right? This is my order page where people actually enter their payment information. And I'll let this load really quick so you guys can like see the checkout page. Yeah, so here's the checkout page, and then this is the thank you page. So people will only ever see this particular URL if they've purchased. They can't get past this second step right here. They can't get past this one unless they purchase. So the only way somebody could see this URL is if they've purchased from me. And so one of the best custom audiences I've ever made, guys, and I'm going to reveal, some of my favorites. Obviously, some of the really advanced stuff I can't reveal publicly because I want to keep it very, very potent and powerful for all of the Facebook ad ninja fam. But we are going to talk about some of my favorites. And this is one of the highest performing audiences that I've ever created, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this order page URL, right? And this could, if it was Shopify, this could be your cart URL. If it's WordPress, it could be your cart URL. I'm just using ClickFunnels because that's, what I personally use for my business most often. We're going to copy this URL. What we're going to do is we're going to target people who visited specific web pages, right? We're going to do in the last 180 days. URL contains, right, this. We're going to copy and paste this particular URL from our order page into here. And so now it's gonna create a custom audience of people who've visited our order page, but we're gonna go one step further, right? We're gonna click and the URL doesn't contain, right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the thank you page. And so now what this does, guys, and I think a lot of you are probably understanding how powerful this is, right? What this does, guys, is it targets every person who's visited your order page but has not bought from you. Because what we're doing and what we're saying right here is we want to find every single person who's made it to the order page but hasn't quite made it to the thank you page. And if they haven't made it to the thank you page, it means they haven't bought from you. But if they were on the order page, it means they were close to buying from you. So this is targeting all the very warmest, hottest people, right? Because they were so close, they made it all the way to the order page, but they just didn't quite see this particular thank you page URL. And so this is going to be, people who saw order page, but not thank you page. Right, so this means that they almost bought but didn't, and these are some of the most powerful audiences that you can create, guys. So that's the first one we're going to talk about. Let's talk about the next one. Another one that I really, really like and I've had a lot of success with is visitors by time spent, right? And so what this means, guys, is Facebook's actually able to track how long someone has been on your website, right, relative to all your other visitors. So if you had 100 people that visited your website, right, what you can do by top 25, top 10, top 5 percentile is out of the 100 people who visit your website, 25 of them inevitably have spent longer than the other 75. So Facebook orders all of the people who visit your website and then allows you to create a custom audience of people who have spent the most time on your website relative to all of your other visitors. And this basically means, guys, unless somebody just walks away from their computer because they get struck by lightning or something, if they spend more time on your website, it means that they're reading more. It means that they're interested more. It means that they're closer to buying from you, right? And so what I like to do, guys, is use the top 25 percentile, top 25% time spent on my site, right? And if you want to get even closer, if you want to get even more refined, you can actually select specific web pages, or you can just do entirely for everyone on your pixel, right? So every page of your entire site once you have your pixel installed, or you can do specific URLs. So maybe you want to target people who spent the most time on your order page, right? Because they're really thinking about it, but they just didn't quite do it. And you can exclude people who didn't make it to your thank you page, right? And so, the kind of underlying methods are the same here. So what we could do is we could exclude people who saw the thank you page, and we could target people in the top 25 percentile relative to everyone else who were on the order page, right? So now what this custom audience allows us to do, guys, is we're targeting visitors by time spent, the top 25%. So the 25% of people who spent the longest on the site on the order page, right? Because this is a specific URL, and we're excluding people who made it to the thank you page, right? Because we don't want to pay for ads of people who've already bought from us in this particular case. So those are two of my favorite ways to use custom audiences. So let's talk about one more. So we're not going to talk about these two right now. They're a little bit more advanced, but we will talk about engagement, right? Engagement has so many options here, guys. And let's talk about, just really kind of briefly what each of these are. So video engagement is so incredibly powerful. I think it's probably one of the most powerful ways to use Facebook ads. And I go so in depth on video because I think it is the future. In the Facebook Ads Ninja Masterclass, lead form is also a good one, right? Lead forms allow you to kind of capture people's emails, capture people's phone numbers without having a website. And what you can do is you can retarget people who open your lead form or who fill out your lead form and form a custom audience and then advertise specifically to those people, right? Canvas, we're not going to talk about very much. Facebook page is a very powerful one. Instagram business profile, very powerful, and event, right? So Facebook page, we're going to talk about in a second because that's what I want to talk about mainly here. Video, we could go into, but I think it's one of the more advanced and it's one of the most important. So that's why we go so in depth in the Facebook Ads Ninja Masterclass on video because it's the future, right? Instagram business profile is a great one because what this allows you to do is you can, and anybody can do this, you can switch your normal Instagram account to an Instagram business profile completely for free, and it allows you to get more insights as to who your followers are. So if you switch to a business profile, again, free, it'll tell you what percentage of your audience is men, women, when they're most active and things like that. But another cool advantage of switching to an Instagram business profile is you can actually form a custom audience, right, of anyone who visits your Instagram page. So if 1,000 people visit your Instagram page, you can, and it's a business profile on Instagram, then you can actually create a custom audience of all those 1,000 people who visited your Instagram page and then retarget them and remarket them on Facebook using Facebook ads. And that's so powerful. If you have an e-commerce brand and you're trying to build a presence on Instagram, you can retarget all of your prospective buyers who check out your Instagram business profile because they're obviously interested if they're checking out your business profile or your Instagram profile, and then you can retarget to those people. You can say, hey guys, I saw that you're checking out like my awesome Instagram profile, like we'd like to give you a 20% off coupon for like being such a awesome person or whatever it is, right? So Instagram business profile, really cool. Events are if like you're hosting like a grand opening for your restaurant, for example. You could do an event and you can retarget anybody who interacts with your event, and then you can retarget them saying like, hey, if you want to come to like our grand opening, we'll give you like a 30% off like bottle service or whatever it is, right? And so let's talk about the one that we want to actually talk about here, which is Facebook pages. So what we can do with Facebook pages is so incredible, guys. Everyone who engaged with your page, this basically means anybody who's visited your page, engage with your page's contents, engage with any of your ads, right? Because remember, your advertisements on Facebook run from your Facebook page. So if anybody's commented on your ad, liked your ad, whatever, that's technically engaging with your page. And so the one that I like to use, guys, if you don't have a lot of traffic, definitely use everyone who engaged with your page. But if you have a lot of people coming to your page, sending your page messages, right? If your business has been around a little bit longer, or you're getting some traction, the one that I've found to be super profitable is people who sent a message to your page. So again, if you have low traffic or you're just getting started, definitely choose everyone who engaged with your page. And this means you can actually form a custom audience. And when we say custom audience, guys, we just mean we're making an audience of people who did a specific action, related to your website or Facebook, right? And so what this one would be is we're forming an audience of everyone who has visited your Facebook page, liked a comment, or liked or left a comment or shared or sent you a message or anything, right? This is the largest custom audience you can make. But if you have a lot of traffic, people who sent a message to your page, that is the biggest indication that they're very interested in your business. People are not going to go to your page, send your page a message unless they're very interested in what you have to sell, guys. And so people who send a message to your page is a great way to form a custom audience of people who are incredibly interested in what you have to sell, guys. And so we're going to do this one, people who sent a message to your page, people who sent message to page, and we are just going to create that audience, guys. And so if you guys want to learn more about custom audiences, just leave a comment down below that says Facebook audiences, down below, Facebook audiences, and we can talk about, some of the ones that we didn't actually touch on, because, video engagement is one of the most important, and there's a really cool hack where you can repurpose viral content to get huge amounts of social proof and huge amounts of engagement and likes on your Facebook page for pennies on the dollar that we can talk about. If you guys are interested, leave a comment down below that says Facebook audiences, and I'd be happy to make another video for you guys on video engagement ads, because they're incredibly powerful, guys. And so the last thing that we're going to touch on is lookalike audiences. So lookalike audiences allow you to do something that's incredibly important. One of the biggest things that people kind of don't understand about Facebook advertising is 1,000 people sounds like a lot to me, but when you're advertising, right, it's not that many people. And so what lookalike audiences allow you to do is find a bunch more people who are similar to a source audience. And let me give you an example, right? So let's say that I made a custom audience of everyone who had visited my website, right? And so that might be 1,000 people or 2,000 people or some amount of people, right? But when you're advertising, and you're spending money every single day, 1,000, 2,000 people is not that many. You're going to get audience saturation very quickly, and you don't want to be showing the same ad to the same people over and over and over again. They're going to get annoyed, right? And they're not going to buy from you. And so what you can do is you can actually create a custom audience. And so we made one here called all website traffic. And so all website traffic, we can click that here. Now this becomes our source audience, right? And so let's read what Facebook says. Select an existing audience to model your lookalike audience on. This could be a customer list, custom audience, pixel, or people who like your page, right? So what we've done, guys, is our source audience is 1,000 people. Let's say that 1,000 people visited our website, fired the pixel, right? And so that's our source audience, 1,000 people. And so if, let's say that we wanted to make a lookalike audience of people who are similar to the people who visited our website, right? Because 1,000 people, again, it's not that many. So what we can do, guys, is we can now go say, hey, Facebook, make us a lookalike audience of people who are as similar as possible to the 1,000 people who visited our website, right? Because the 1,000 people that visited our website, they might, 80% of them might be men 24 to 35 years old in a certain income range who like certain Facebook pages. And all of that is indicative of them actually visiting our website. So we can say, hey, Facebook, go find me, look at the audience size right here, 2.2 million from a source of 1,000 people, right? Go find me 2.2 million people. And that might sound like a lot, guys, but that's a very nice sized audience in the United States. 2.2 million people who are as similar as possible to the people who visited my website. Because if they visited my website, that means they're interested, right? So go find me other people who are interested. And you can do all types of things with this, right? You can create lookalike audiences from custom audiences of people who've purchased from you. And again, guys, there's so many exciting ways. You can see me getting excited about this because it's seriously so powerful. There's so many incredible ways to create lookalike audiences. It's the key to scaling on Facebook. It's the key to just ridiculous amounts of profit, right? Unless you understand how to make lookalike audiences the right way, you're never going to be able to scale past, pennies, right? And not pennies, but $100 a day used to be a lot to me, but now, we're spending thousands of dollars a day on Facebook, and there's no way you'd be able to scale to a really kind of expert level unless you understand how to make lookalike audiences the right way, guys. And we go into super advanced ways in the Facebook Ads Ninja Masterclass of how to create lookalike audiences the right way that are going to allow you to scale up to, the $1,000 a day profit, $5,000 a day profit, and the real kind of expert levels of Facebook advertising. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Those are some of my favorite custom audiences, and that is an introduction to lookalike audiences. Again, if you guys are interested in learning more about engagement audiences for video and the viral hack that we use to get a ton of engagement for super cheap, and lookalike audiences, how to make kind of more advanced lookalike audiences of people who are more likely to actually purchase from you, I'd be happy to make a video kind of introducing that. Or if you guys want to learn it all right now, make sure you check out our completely free training on the Facebook Ads Ninja Masterclass in the description, guys. So make sure you check it out. We go super in depth on how to use Facebook advertising like an absolute pro and really scale into kind of the big league numbers where you're making thousands and thousands of profit every single day, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one, ninjas, and I'll see you on the next one.